Hey everybody. Okay, welcome to chapter 4 of our VW Bug Chronicles, trying to get Myrna started. Now you'll recall in episode 3, I foolishly thought, well, one, I could check for spark by putting a multimeter into the spark wire cable, spark plug cable, and I'd get some sort of reading. I was told that that was foolish, so basically I'm a hooplehead on that one. And then, as you saw, I also thought I might be able to record, go up to the front, crank it, and record the spark plug resting on earth ground here on one of the plates in the engine compartment. Yeah, I'm a mudak. That did not work, as you guys saw. I recorded it, but one, I couldn't get close enough to even hope to see if there was any kind of spark. Well, in today's episode, I'll show you here in a moment, but we got the car up on some jack stands, mostly so my fat ass could get underneath and get to the starter to hook up our remote start so we could sit back here and hopefully see if we're getting spark to spark plug. Now, my first attempt was an epic fail. I actually blew a fuse. I don't know if you can see it there. Not a big deal, that's what fuses are for. But again, being a mudak, I don't have any of these fuses. I thought I did. I did not. So I went down to our local Napa store here in Elsinore, and fortunately, they did have a few reds. This is a 16 amp, I believe. No whites or yellows. Yeah, this is a 16. I don't know if you can see it. But I purchased everything they had, brought it back. I'm gonna have to go to Amazon later today, get some whites and some yellows, as I'm sure I will blow fuses as we go through this process. But the good news is they had some. I've replaced it. I have set up correctly the remote start. So let's pull a spark plug wire and see what we get. But first, let me show you. We've got Myrna up in the air. As you can see, got her plenty high so that I could crawl underneath and do what I need to do. And yes, as you can see, she does leak a little oil. I don't know if the old man put synthetic in. That might be part of the problem, as that's a little thinner. I'm not sure that it matters, but let's go ahead and pull a spark plug wire and see if we get a spark. Okay, so just like last time, I have pulled, I believe that's the number 3 spark plug cable. I just grabbed a random spark plug I had in my toolbox, but just to make sure, I believe I'm doing this right, I have hooked up to the positive coil my tester. The key is in the on position, so in theory, when I use my remote start, I just want to make sure you can see that screw right there. See that light? So that should be a good ground. There's power. So if I put that spark plug on top of that screw, we should see some spark right there, I believe. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Hold on just a sec. So, here's our remote switch. Here we are on that screw. Hopefully I don't block the camera here, but no spark. So I don't see anything. How do I know that that's actually grounded? Let's just test again with my little light thing. That's actually should work. As you can see, I got a nice bright light there. So that's definitely grounding. Grounding. Maybe I should try another location. Right there, you can see grounding. So we're gonna put the spark plug there next and give that a try. I've got a screwdriver. I'm gonna scrape off a little bit of that paint just to make sure. All right, so let's do a little scraping here. And as you can see, I'm still on the, well, you can't see, but I'm still on the positive. We come up, and we've got, let's go from the bottom. So you can see I have light, bright light. So let's try this again in a different spot and see what we get. No spark. Okay, so just to be overly insane, I pulled I bought some brand new spark plugs for Myrna. This is a brand new spark plug. Again, we've checked this multiple times. I know this is a good ground, so let's see if we get a spark using the correct spark plug, even though I know that's madness, but just for my own edification. Here we go. Nothing, which is what I thought all along, but now I know for certain. One more time. Zero spark. So, zero spark. So, what does that mean? I guess that brings us back to the distributor, our flamethrower, and that electronic ignition. So I guess our next step is to dig into that. Hopefully you can just buy a replacement part for it. I'm gonna pull the cap off here and take a look and see how easy that is to replace. I think it's just a couple of screws and figuring out where the wires go. Important thing today is forward progress. I think we've established that we're not getting any spark to the spark plugs. So I was probably very, very fortunate on that run that it died when it did. Anyway, let's pull this cap off and take a quick peek. So we pulled the cap, the rotor, and the little black cap that I think is on there to keep stuff clean. You can see the ignition box, and we've got two wires that come out, and just as I thought, one goes, well, they both go to the coil, positive and negative, one would presume. You can see the red, if we follow the red, this guy right here goes right up to the coil. And then the black one, it's a little harder to follow, but it basically is this boy right here, which you can see goes right also to the coil. So I need to find out how we replace that. Hopefully not the whole distributor. I see one screw. Hopefully there's a way to tackle that. I'm gonna have to ask some questions and do some research. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a serial number on the plate there. Let me move these wires. Hopefully it'll focus in. You'll see 1847-D. Okay, so I did a little digging, and look at here. Here is the replacement. And if I zoom in, 1847-D. So I believe that is going to be my next purchase. And then I just have to figure out how to install it. But as you can see here, there's the two connectors and the screw. So I think we'll get this on order, and next week we'll get it installed, and hopefully that will solve my problem. We'll see. If we go to the website, it is $83. We'll check Amazon. So we're gonna order our new ignition. We're gonna spend $83. Honest, it looks like we just take obviously unhook it, take that screw off. It looks like it slides right off the tower. We'll slide a new one on, and we should be able to rock and roll, no problem. So an interesting side note on this flamethrower distributor that's here in Myrna. It's actually illegal in this state. I went to Amazon. I'm not able to buy the distributor as a whole or the part, the igniter that I need, that I believe anyway, to get spark again and get this old girl running. When I go to the website, which I believe the name of the company is Chronicles, I also can't buy the complete distributor. It's illegal in California unless you're putting it in a vehicle that's from 1965 or older, and it's not off-road or street legal. It's only for competition. How they know, I don't know. But regardless, Amazon won't ship you shit. But the manufacturer's website at least appears at the moment that they will send me the component, that igniter that I showed you earlier in the video. I'll show you some pictures here of the various disclaimers from Amazon and the company. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Haven't come across that in a while. Anyway, hopefully it'll show up sometime next week. So next weekend, we can put it in and see if I was right and she fires. If not, it'll be, I guess, a 2-week delay before we get to chapter 5. Anyway, have a good night. Anyway, this will conclude chapter 4. As always in this world, where you could be anything you want, you be kind, you be humble, you be forgiving, and you be melting snow. We'll see you in chapter 5. Bye-bye.